Hello. Hello to somebody. Ugh. Oh, Andrew Horner. The way you should state that is this only to say I want to. I ship anywhere. I've shipped several prizes already to other places. Although what I have done also is I've investigated whether or not I can buy the item locally or if the item is still available locally, and then just PayPal the person the money to purchase it. In which case they could purchase something else. But yeah, it is actually open to anybody in the world. Hey man, I met you at a Walmart with my bud. Great talking to you. Hey, how's it going? Mighty Muffin. Very cool. Yes, we did. It was 2-3 weeks ago now, as I recall. Nice to see you stop in. It's maybe boring. This is not like new Lego type stuff. I'll probably be opening up bulk Lego. I'm probably going to start with one of these boxes behind me just because they're a little more convenient to get to than the ones that are over here. The process for used parts. Well, at this point, and I can do a video at some point once I get the used up and running fully as far as getting stuff onto Bricklink. But right now, I'm just opening up the bulk and kind of pawing through it to see what I get. It's kind of an interesting thing to do interactively. I do have a process set up for sorting. I mean, I'm continually tweaking that sort process. And then after I sort, I wash pieces, with the exception of obviously the electronic pieces, and I'm holding off on washing the stickered slash printed parts, just because mainly with the stickers I'm worried about the sticker coming off. But and perhaps the minifigure parts I would have to be careful about washing, because some of those the built minifigures, I don't want water to get stuck inside or anything goofy like that. But yeah, I do have a process for all that. And then like in the basement, I've got the washing machine set up with the set tub next to it for drying, and actually the giant dehumidifier I now have for the basement works great for helping to dry off stuff down there. It's an amazing little side effect. And then I've got shelf racks set up for different types of pieces. As I'm sorting right now, I'm sorting them into book bins, about 20 categories or so. And then I found that a book bin, because a book bin at the front is a certain height, and then it goes back and it rises up a little bit higher, it gets taller at the back. If you only fill it to that height of the front edge, I can then pour it off, and I usually pour it backwards out. Then the higher sides help keep it from spilling into a gallon Ziploc bag, and it basically fills that. So I then take the gallon Ziploc bags and I fill up a tote. Once a tote gets full, I will then pour off 2 or 3 gallon bags into a mesh laundry bag, fill up a number of mesh laundry bags, and wash them in the washing machine. Pull them out in the set tub to dry with the dehumidifier and fan and all that. And then at that point, it goes into other totes as just clean pieces in their categories. And like category, I mean, I know somebody asked this recently on a regular comment, and I linked it in. But David West, who also has a YouTube channel, has a available document for the categories he sorts to. Now, I've started modifying what he's sorting to kind of fit my feeling of how I want to sort things. But it's about 20 categories or so. Some of them are kind of small, and it concerns me that I'm not going to have enough of that piece. But it's just one of the things I had to decide where I'm putting things. Once I had those categories sorted and then washed, at the point after they're washed, it would be the subsort. So like one of the categories is 1 by brick, and then there's 2 by brick, and then 1 by plate and 2 by plate, and then modified brick and modified plate, and circular pieces. And it goes on and on. Once I have all of that one category, then the idea would be I take that category and then sort it by mold. So if you take the 1 by brick, all the 1 by 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 6, 8, 10, as big as it gets, would get sorted. And then once you have that sorted out, you would take each of those, and then you would do a color sort and then upload it to Bricklink. And then deal with any variants, because some pieces have variants, which are more difficult to find unless you're really carefully looking at them. Tiles, like the really old tiles, didn't have that little lip at the bottom edge where they have it now, or a groove as they call it. So once you've sorted your tile by size, or essentially the mold, there's certain ones you need to check for. Now, some tiles are newer and they're going to just have that little groove because there wasn't an older version of it. But like 1 by 1, 1 by 2, 2 by 2, 2 by 4 tiles probably all have the possibility of having the older version. But like the 2 by 2 with the corner cut out, that tile, you're probably not going to have an older version of that because it just doesn't think it's going to, I don't think it's going to be there. No, it is not active. I am uploading parts. I can look at Bricklink though, because I have a link right here. All right. Let's refresh this page, log in, my store, oops, visit store. I was working on this last night, and I've got another one ready to go, but I've got 26,817 items in 1,086 lots. So it's still relatively small, but I'm working on it. And like after I'm done with the live stream, I've got another set ready to be parted out down there. So I'll be moving on to that when I'm done. That is my situation. But yeah, I think I'm going to move over a box to here and then start working on going through some stuff. I'm going to probably use a scoop tote type thing, and then I'll have a couple of these bins that I will put either interesting things or clearly non-Lego things I will pull out. This is a different tote. Okay, that's not a problem. So we're gonna move this over here. I'm amused that this particular Goodwill put fragile tape on the box. I mean, yeah, I guess it is fragile, but now this is all stuff that I don't know exactly what it is. If you haven't been here the last few weeks, I found boxes that I've opened that were here for over a year. I just have a lot. Now, this is stuff that was actually stored in my entry area because it's kind of a larger area and I had extra space off to the side. So I was able to use it for storing some stuff. And because of that, a lot of it was older. JB, Six Flags. I won't be able to go, well, that's not a problem. You have fun at Six Flags. Oh, yeah. I will definitely have a link in my YouTube description once I'm open. Well, hello, JB. I hope you have a good time at Six Flags. Is the fam with you, or is it just you? I'm assuming the fam, but who knows? All right. Oh, we have a packing slip, so I can open this up and get some information off of it, as I've done with the other one. So that's kind of how I knew that the stuff had been here for so long. All right, what do we have here? Come on. Oh, there we go. All right. So I paid for this. Okay. I paid for this mid-January of this year. And it was 18 pounds of Lego. And I paid $81 for it. Now, again, I'm not 100% certain if the $81 is just the auction price or if it was the auction price plus shipping and tax. Was supposed to be just me and a friend, and he wasn't feeling well today, so it's me and the fam. Lauren and Ellie are heading to the water park while I get some coasters. Very cool. Yeah, it's probably pretty warm down there, so the water park sounds like it's probably a good idea. Oh. A bunch of this lovely packing material that I have a bunch of, and it doesn't like cut down as easily as like the standard like pillow stuff, but I don't necessarily see being able to use it well. So I don't know. I'm just going to dump it over here on the floor. I'm sure the cat will come and investigate at some point. Probably start chewing on it. Okay, so one of the things that was in this lot was one of the storage bricks. So I'm going to pull that out first. So it's a blue 2x4 storage brick. It's seen some better days. There's some dirt on the top. And they taped it closed. Okay, I guess. I think we're just going to cut through the tape and we'll remove it later. Hello to somebody else. Maybe that, no, we've had 3 people speak in chat, so that might be the 3 of you at the moment. You know, that piece of tape came off kind of easy, so that's not a problem. It didn't tape the other side, so that's kind of nice. I don't have more to deal with. All right, so here we go. All right, so inside, we've got a smaller Lego case. These are made by the Iris company. You can get the tag still on the back. These are cool. I have a whole lot of these. I have a number of them even that are not branded. I used to live very close to the Iris manufacturing point, and in the summers they would do like a warehouse sale. And that's where I picked up a lot of upright storage units, like drawer units for storing my collection. A lot of these. The last year that I remember going, they actually lost the contract to do Lego branded stuff. And then there's the larger cases. They're about this big, and they fit a base plate. And they used to come with a base plate. You'd buy this storage thing, and it had a base plate. And so they were selling off a bunch of those. And I was there late in the day, and they had this pile of base plates. And I wheeled and dealed and made a deal. And I think I paid like a buck and a half a piece for them. And it was a stack of base plates, probably this high, if not higher. I have a picture somewhere. But I ended up selling off most of those on eBay to make some cash. All right, so we have, speaking of base plates, a smaller base plate here. I'm actually going to turn my light on to see if that helps the video quality. I don't know. It'll help me see things a little bit better. One of these plates, a couple more 16 square plates. They need some cleaning. An Ninjago book, Master of the Dragons. It was just part of the lot, so you get what you get. There's no specific Lego with it. It doesn't look like it looks like it's an activity book you could write in, but it doesn't look like anybody has. We'll see. I mean, I don't have a specific use for it, so off to the side it goes. All right, so we also have a couple of sealed boxes. This one is the 60180 monster truck, which I don't think I have any of already, which is unfortunate because I like to part it out perhaps, and it was from back in 2018, so I'm not going to find more of these at this point. Let's stick that back in the box. And we have a Disney Anna and Elsa's Storybook Adventure. Now this I'm pretty sure I have more of because I remember buying some. This is from 2020, so it's more recent. So this will add to that. And then some more plate type things. This one has an airborne spoilers thing on it. I don't know. Is that actually Lego? It's just it's a plate or a tile rather, a large tile. In a minute. I think. Yep, it's Lego. So I'm not sure if the stickers are, but it probably is. Another partial tile, modified plate, I guess. Other stuff. Looks like it's all Lego so far. Here's a little built section of something. Huh, kind of cute. Looks vaguely Star Wars Tatooine-ish. And then the way they design these with the holes open like that, little tiny pieces fall in there. I have a tool that I use to get them out, but I'm not going to mess with that right now. We're just going to set this aside, put the lid back on it, and set it aside. This is not, although I suppose I could pour stuff into it that I'm looking at. That might not be a bad idea. All right, close the knife up. Safety first. All right. So we have, they did it again. I don't know if it's the same Goodwill or not, but so they've used these deposit bags that they've gotten from somewhere, and they use it to put Lego in. So you know what? I'll just get that knife back, and I'll pop this open. I'll pour it into the blue box. Might be the best way to go about it. All right, so it's going to be loud here for a moment as I pour probably half of this into the blue box. Maybe I can get more. Yeah, probably all will fit. All right, now we look at the, there's at least one stray piece in there that didn't get poured out. Where is it? There it is. 1x3 light bluish gray plate. Not a particularly small piece to get stuck in there, but hey, it did. All right, so now we got all these pieces. And I can, you know, I'm going to switch this for a smaller one. This one's a little wider, and it doesn't fit where I want to put them quite as well. And we're going to put the non-Lego one over a little further. There we go. So yeah, all sorts of random stuff here. Look, a bicycle, a white bicycle. That's pretty cool. I'm going to put that aside with the minifigure stuff. Tire, mid-sized plate, just somebody's home partial build of something. It's not looking like a lot of interesting stuff. Okay, there's a non-Lego piece. My telling mark was they printed on the side of the piece something. And what does it say? China is one of the words. But yeah, it's non-Lego. So yeah, there is non-Lego in here. I mean, it is certainly possible to get a bulk lot that has no non-Lego in it. It's pretty rare, I'd say. There's a garage door piece in black. That's kind of cool. Here, I'm holding it over to the light. The camera's over here. I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm pretty sure I didn't see any minifigure type stuff, but you never know. Like here, there's some dynamite. That's Lego. This looks like it's a spear gun. So I'm putting like minifigure and utensil type stuff over here. Here's a stickered piece. It's not stickered well, but there's a stickered piece. More random stuff. There's the trans blue garage door piece. A lance. That's kind of neat. Megaphone. I put these with minifigure parts. Again, I'm showing it to the wrong direction. These are claws. I don't know why they end up going with minifigure parts, but they do. There's like a snowshoe type thing. That goes to minifigure parts. There's a broken something. I'll just stick that in with the non-Lego because it's not going to do me any good. So yeah, at this point, I'm not doing any kind of a category sort besides pulling out these minifigure parts. Oh, there's we dropped it. A flat silver or perhaps chrome silver lightsaber hilt. I'm not sure which. That's kind of cool. I'm thinking I need a little bit more room. And I think, maybe we'll use this. 4 people, so at least one person who I don't know who it is here at the moment. Hello, hello. And perhaps as many as 2, because JB was not going to be able to stay long. Yeah, I think that probably this is not going to work as well as I'd hoped. Whoops. So we're having some problems with pouring there. That's not going to be used. All right, put that over there. Get these pieces back over here that are Lego that fell in. Okay. All right, so that's kind of a cool piece. It's got the red lightsaber blade in it, but it's something else. Some sort of energy blade or sword or something. That's kind of neat. I wonder what I'll do is I'll put this over here in my lap and I'll just pull stuff towards me if it's Lego. That might work out better. But yes, I'm excited to get back down in the basement a little bit later to do some more parting out. I already have the set pulled. I've got the inventory up on Brickstore, and I've priced all the new lots in it and made a decision as far as minifigures. In this case, I'm actually parting both of them out completely, so I'm not keeping any whole minifigures from this set. And then I just basically need to pop it open and sort the pieces and go on from there. But yeah, there is not a lot of really interesting parts in here. What are people doing today besides JB, who we already know that he's at Six Flags doing some coaster stuff while his wife and daughter go to the water park? There's a blade to like an axe or something. Well, that's an interesting looking piece. Is that Lego? I can't tell. Icy Flame, hello, how are you doing? Let's see. Camera. Let's zoom in to 10 times and see if it is. Okay, so this is Lego. I can honestly say that I don't think I've ever seen this piece before. It looks like something that would fit on a minifigure hand because there's like a little bar underneath it, but then I don't know what that is. It's kind of cool. but I don't know what it is. So if you know what it is, let me know. Oh, look at this. Here's a 2x4 orange brick with a nano block piece in there. I don't have any tools with me to get stuff unstuck like that, so we're probably not going to bother. And here is a quarter round tile that is so scratched up, it's going to go in the non-Lego bin. I'm not even going to mess with it. Doing good. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. So, okay, there are 3 people here. One of them might be JB. So at least 2 people. What are you doing? And if JB isn't here anymore, there's 3 people here. What are you doing? What's up? Ah, I like the ingot piece. I don't know why. So just do a drawer in dark bluish gray. Very cool. So yeah, drawers and containers and stuff go into minifigure parts for me. I know what piece you were talking about. I currently being used in Jago Hunted minifig. Huh, okay. 2 more of the garage door pieces. That's cool. Right. Those. Anything interesting? Oh, there's a syringe, the lime green syringe. I'm not really sure why they chose that color for it, but they did. Baseball, Little League World Series is on. Why not? Well, there you go. I've never been a big baseball fan. I've driven by I think it's a Little League Hall of Fame a whole bunch of times at one point. There's a wanted poster on a 2x2 tile. It is a sticker. It's kind of interesting. But I got nothing wrong with people who do like baseball, so have fun. All right. Another piece with a nano block stuck inside. Boy, that's going to be a pain in my butt. I will say most of this is looking like it's actual Lego, though, so that's always a bonus, too. There's a visor that can go over there. A life vest, which I found out, apparently they make a smaller version of this that goes on the mini dolls. And I thought it wasn't Lego. So you got to be careful of this stuff because something like that is probably going to be worth a little bit more because people like me throw it away, or mine's not thrown away. It's probably either in the not Lego pile or in the I'm not sure pile. Well, look at that. Shock absorber. Springs look like they're a little messed up. That's too bad. Blue Boba. Hello, hello. All right, so we got a little that's a chewed on shell. That is not going to be anything I can sell. All right, another piece with a piece stuck in it. That's going to be a theme here, it looks like. Oh, air tanks in yellow. That's kind of cool. And a grappling hook. All right. What are you up to today, Blue Boba, besides hanging out in the stream? Oh, we're up to 5 people. Hello. There's at least a couple of people here I don't know who are here. On my way to buy some bulk Lego to resell. Well, that's cool. Have you already closed the deal, or are you just going to check it out to see if you're actually going to buy it? I'm always a little apprehensive to agree before I can see it in a case where I could see it. If it's like an online auction or something, then it's different. The only one who has an I don't know pile. Oh, yeah. I have an I don't know container that it's, I think, this size or larger that's pretty much full. And so I need to, at some point, dive a little deeper into some of the parts and whatnot. And I think over time, I've noticed that some things, oh, this is Lego, but then it's buried in there. And I'm like, I'm not going to go back in and dig it out. I'll just remember it for when I go through and, you know, look at the pile. Going to look at it. Well, good luck with that. Would it be too invasive to ask how much it's supposed to be and how much you're supposed to pay for it? Again, just curiosity, really. And hopefully you're not driving and trying to text replies to the stream. That would be bad. All right. Yeah, there's definitely not minifig parts really in here. I found nothing that's actually a part of a minifigure. I found accessories. No heads, no legs, no torsos as yet. Or hands or arms. That's a broken piece. Whatever it was. Whoa, dropping pieces. All right. Yeah, there's definitely a number of pieces in here that are going to need a good washing. Like, I'm not really sure what's on this tile, but there's this like yellow fleck there. It almost looks like it could be paint. Big tub, I don't know how many pounds, but I can see the Harry Potter clock tower set. Oh, cool. Do you know how big the tub is? I asked that because I have a vague idea. Like an 18-gallon tote, I consider to be 45 to 50 pounds. Oh, $50, yeah. I mean, if it's a big tote, $50 sounds like a great deal. I had this happen to me once a long time ago. I arranged to meet somebody locally to look at some Lego and pick it up, and I looked at the tote and it looked good, so I paid them. And when I got back, it was like, and it was a full, like an 18-gallon tote full, or pretty full. And like the first like inch or two was Lego, and then after that, it was all non-Lego crap. Mostly building blocks, but some other things too. And so I'm like, so from now there on in, every time I look at a Lego lot, I'll relate some small portion of that story and ask if it's okay if I like stick my hand in pretty deep and then grab some stuff and pull it to the top to see what I'm getting. Just kind of a thing that I've run into once, and I'm not going to run into it again, basically. 2 whole bulk boxes on the thumbnail. How much is done in sorting of the bulk on the stream? Actually, I don't do a lot of actual sorting yet on stream. Like this is just kind of like hanging out on the stream and looking at parts. I'm not really sorting. I mean, I'm pulling out the minifigure parts and the accessories rather. But otherwise, I'm not doing anything. I mean, I'm kind of doing a cursory scan for non-Lego. Like if it's blaringly not Lego, I'll pull it. Or like, a Matchbox car or something like that. But I'm not really doing any kind of other sorting at this point. So yeah, at some point I'd like to get to that, but I kind of want to be able to set that up in the basement. My current sorting area is not really well versed for video because it's very cramped. And so I just kind of set up this here on a table to be able to do a little bit better job at sharing with people as I'm doing this. Yeah. Other than taking out the non-Lego, the obvious non-Lego, and the figs and accessories, I'm not doing anything else right now. But normally, I have like 20 categories I sort into. And I would like to get to the point where I'm doing that. I have my carpenter is building some sort tables for me, 3 of them, or he will be very shortly. And then those will go into my basement. And then at that point, I think I'll probably be able to set up down there. The other thing that kind of goes hand in hand with it is I have had some reports from people of some bad internet connection type things. And it could be them, but it could also be me. So I'm hoping a friend of mine is going to give me a hand. I bought some Cat 6 cable. And I want to run that cable from the cable modem to here, where I will be doing some live streaming. Also, I do my online gaming from this point too. And then also, oh, look, a wheelbarrow. That's kind of cool. And then also into the basement. And I bought a long length of it, so it shouldn't be, you know, we'll cut it and have 2 lengths and set it up. Hello, DLWW4 Agar. We're just going to call you Agar. So yeah, I think once I get that cable installed, things will be better for that. Wow, that's a Lego piece, and I don't think I've ever seen this before. That's a very strange looking piece. All right, sorted pieces. So once I have them category sorted, they get washed unless they are electronic or the stickered / decorated parts. And then once they're washed, I would go in and do what and others have called a mold sort, which is you take all your 1x brick, because that's a category, and then you separate it into the specific sizes of 1x brick, 1x1, 1x2, 1x3, all the way up to 1x20 or however long they go. And then once that's done, you can take each one of those. A Nexonite shield. Oh, that's awfully large for a shield. Huh. But I'll put it in with the minifigure parts. And then once it's sorted by specific size in each category, then the last step would be to color sort. For a mech, I got it. Color sort it and then list it on Bricklink. It'd be very easy to go in and oh, look, a little teddy bear. It would be very easy to go in and change the color on the same piece to make a whole bunch of listings. That is the idea. And I do plan on showing a lot more of that. I'm just, again, not set up for it. And I'm trying to engage with people a little bit here. And I think the live streams help somewhat with the subscriber count being over 600 now. But I will tell you too that the video I did of the pirate polybag, the VIP polybag, holy cow! In less than 3 weeks, it became my most watched video ever. It's closing in on it's like 63 or 6,400 views now or something. I don't know. It's huge. It's huge. And I know from looking that at least 14 people have subscribed to my channel because of that. So, that's kind of cool. Well, that's a Lego piece on top, but what's this thing underneath? It's like it's stuck. It's like it's one piece. That's kind of a weird thing to me. Oh, maybe it comes from like a pen, a Lego pen. 6.9. Okay, 6,900. So we're closing in on 7,000 at this point. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I was flabbergasted that it took off like it did. But as it turns out, not many other people were doing a video of what the contents of it were. I did some searching like very recently after I was like, wow, it did so well. I did some searching as far as the keyword for the set number and whatnot. And it turns out that there was only like 1 or 2 other videos I found, and a couple of them were only within the last couple of days. And then there was one that was older that basically had gone through and said, hey, this is coming. And it didn't really talk about much about what it was. So I think it was just a situation where, people were getting this because it had a $50 threshold. And it didn't matter how much what you bought. It wasn't like limited to one type of theme or anything. That I think people were looking like, what is this? And so they looked on YouTube, and I think they found me. And I think that's the big thing. So I'm very thankful for that. I mean, and what's funny is I probably could have had that video up a couple of days sooner. I kind of like, I should do this, and then didn't do it, and then I finally got around to it. All right, Icy Flame. When it comes to sorting the Lego pieces, I just take out the base plates first, then Technic, not including the pins. Bricks afterwards, slow place depending on which one takes most space. So here's the question: is when you're doing that, do you have a big pile and then you take out one piece and then you go back and look at the other one? Because I find So when I'm parting out sets right now, it's very difficult to paw through what I'm looking for to find all the same piece. But it does work. The thing with the bulk is that because it's bulk and it's not like one set, you have an even greater variety of pieces. Like a big set might still have, 600 different pieces in it if it's like, 800 or 900 piece set or something like that. But 600 pieces is still, I mean, I probably have more than 600 different pieces in this tote right now. So trying to deal with that level of difference in bulk is difficult when you're just going through and pulling one piece. So what I do is, and I have pictures somewhere and I will probably have to find them, but I've got a sorting station with a whole line of those totes, and I pull up pieces like this and I go, okay, so this is a slope. Well, this one's got a sticker on it, so go in the sticker bin, but here's a two. Oh, this one's also a slope. This one is a modified brick. It's the 2x2 with the corner cut out. It goes in modified brick. This has a section where there's curved pieces. This is a minifigure part. I found an astromech droid head, so that would go into the minifig parts. This piece here, this slanted grill, it goes with the standard grills, the 1x2 flat grill, but those go in with tiles. So these are also with tiles, and so like everything has the kind of like this place where it goes, and so I'm going like this, but then that pile is gone, and I have the next pile to look at. And what I usually do is I have like a little scoop, and I have one of those yellow trays that I put the pieces on, and I'll go through and look. There's a green minifigure astromech leg, and then so as I'm going, I'm totally dealing with each pile as I go. And of course, there is a non-Lego area, and then there's a don't know area as well. So I'm only looking at something once when I'm pulling it out of the bulk. I know I remember, and this video has had so many views. Somebody put a video out where he said the most efficient way of sorting Lego is you put the pieces in a pile in front of you, and then you choose two categories, let's say bricks and slopes, and you slide bricks to the right and slopes to the left, and everything that's not those goes forward into a bin on your lap. Then when you're done, you pour the bin back out again, and you choose two more categories, and you go through it. I'm just like, oh my gosh, you're touching some of those pieces 8 times. It is not efficient, in my opinion. It might work for him, and it might work if you have very limited space and you can't really set up a bunch of places to put pieces. But I don't think it is the most efficient inherently for any other reason. I don't think that speaks to me specifically while in all-piece bulk. Say I pulled out most of the plates, that's when I start with 2x10s, etc. Yeah, no, I don't do that either. But like I said, I have 2x plate and 1x plate, two different categories. So it's 1x1 all the way up to like 1x14 or 16, however long they get. Same thing with 2x. It's 2x2, because if it was a 2x1, it would actually be a 1x2 going with 1x plate. So 2x2 plate all the way up to like 2x12 or 14 or however long they get. So they each have their own spot. And then later on down the road, I will sort them down. I haven't gotten to that stage yet for anything, because part of the thing is that because I have so much, and if you've been around the channel long enough, you've seen some of the video. I have new viewers that I don't know if they're aware of the degree of bulk that I have. I haven't done a count recently, but at one point there was over 250 18-gallon totes in the basement full. So with that kind of level of I can't be like, pulling out a handful of pieces and then finding homes for them in my store. I have to get as much similar quantity out at the same time, and that's why I'm kind of bulking out all these processes. The pieces from my big drawers from the parts from my small drawers first. So what would be an example of a piece for a big drawer? Are you talking about pieces that only fit in big drawers, or pieces you have so many of it needs to go in a big drawer? And are we talking about Bricklink, or is this your personal collection and you're sorting it and organizing it for building? Because both of those have two different kind of like styles of things. Both, okay. Do you actually have two separate areas of sorted stuff, or do you just like, if you need something, you pull it out of your store? That looks like an old dark gray 2x3. Personal collection. Okay. Oh. Cool. Yeah, I mean, personal collection certainly is going to have a different way of looking at things than if you're trying to do bricklaying, because you know, a personal collection, you kind of need to know where to find things quickly when you're building something. Look, a black astromech leg. So I've got two astromech legs, not the same color, and a head. So all I need is an astromech body, and I could actually make one figure. It wouldn't be a right figure because of the two separate legs, but hey, I could do it. Fine addition to my collection. I wonder if I find a rare piece or two. Oh, yeah. I have to make a decision as to what I'm actually going to collect, so to speak. At one point, I had thought that I would like keep one of every minifigure. I already haven't done that. So yeah, I'm going to need to make some decisions there. And probably the sooner I kind of think about that, the better. So that I don't have to go back and pull stuff out of the store or anything goofy like that. This method of going through stuff is not horrible as far as speed goes. We're almost all the way through what I dumped. Oh, a broken lance. That's unfortunate. I was about to say, well, look, another lance, and then there's no end to it. I would say overall, this has been a very Lego-centric bag. There's been a few pieces that haven't been Lego. And of course, like I said, I'm not looking really closely at the pieces, but overall, it's looking very good. And, you know, a couple of pieces that I don't ever remember seeing before. That's, you know, hey, it's always a fun day when you find brand new pieces. Let's go. All right, well, Icy Flame, you have a good time doing whatever it is you're doing today. And thanks for stopping by. Oh, a surfboard. That's kind of cool. Some more garage door parts in black and trans blue. Well, that's kind of a cool piece. It's an old school windscreen in solid blue. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I definitely appreciate those people that have given me a like on the video. I don't really understand how that affects anything, but I guess it's supposed to be good. I mean, I guess it can't be bad, right? I've seen this be Lego. I believe it's like a figure, so to speak, that came out of like a McDonald's Racers set. But this one doesn't say Lego up on the stud. We're going to put that in non-Lego because I don't think it is. I believe that's Unikitty's tail. I've run into that before. One person left. Up. Yeah, that really doesn't look like Lego to me. It looks like perhaps this is going to be a shorter live stream than in days past, because there doesn't seem to be as many people here today. Could be busy doing stuff or whatever, and I get it. I keep trying different times of the day. I think next week we're going to do something a little different as well. We'll see how that goes. Crowbar. I sometimes have fun with this. I'll find the license plate pieces, and I'll hold them off to the side to look it up just to see what set it came from. Because that'll be kind of interesting to know. Like, oh, so there could be parts for that set in here. All right. I think I'm going to get another tote, and I'm going to dump the last of what's in this blue thing into the tote. It'll be a little easier to get out of this than the tote. All right, so we still have all the pieces hanging out though in those holes. What are you gonna do? All right, I should probably get one of the those yellow trays here so I have something to dump them into, so they don't go flying all over the place. All right, so who's left? Who are you? Unless it's JB and he left me on his phone and he's on a roller coaster somewhere and he doesn't realize that I'm on. Oh, cool. A white paddle. I haven't seen one of those in a while, in any color, really. It is the mystery viewer. Not to be confused with the mist reviewer, somebody who reviews the game Myst. I guess once you've done once, you're done. So. That's the door. Put that in there. Another flipper. Yeah, this is actually a very good lot as far as Lego to non-Lego. I mean, sometimes like, oh, look at that. I'm not sure how old it is, but this could be one of the most interesting, perhaps even the most valuable piece in here. It's the little red feather. Yeah, I'd have to look into that one. But I know some of those can get pricey. And of course, it's going to be near the end because it's such a small piece. It's going to filter down to all the small pieces stuff. Like this one looks like it's a flat silver or some kind of chrome-ish type piece, lightsaber hilt. I don't know. It's a dark color though. I'm not sure what it is. You know, a bunch of these tiny little non-Lego whatever they are. They almost look like they could be beads, but they're square, so who knows? I mean, not that you can't have square beads, but hey. All right, this is the last of it right here. Pour it right out. Nothing particularly interesting, although this is a piece I kind of like. Oh, nobody laughed. Well, I'm going to talk about it anyway. It's a 1x1 like pyramid type piece. That shows up pretty well right there against my beard. And it's not a particularly old piece. It's only been out maybe 5 years, I think, but I kind of like it. And there's a few colors of it. So yeah. So yeah, that one bag basically filled up 2 of these totes because I got this and then a tiny. I mean, really, the non-Lego is not very prolific in this particular bag. Look at that stuff right there. I mean, again, I'm sure I'll find specific pieces that are not Lego, and then of course there's pieces that are stuck in other pieces on the underside that are not Lego, like those nano blocks really disappear into the bottoms of some of the tubes and sides of some of the pieces. So I'm gonna have to be careful about that. But yeah, basically 2 totes full from that bag. So that kind of gives me an idea how many totes I need to deal with the next bag at some point. But I don't think that point's going to be now because there is nobody currently watching, and I'm talking to myself, and it's almost an hour. So I think that's probably good. We'll probably cut it off here. Yeah, and like I said, I'm hoping to get some live stream from the basement. At some point, perhaps I can get the sorting station set up down there and do some live streaming of actual sorting pieces instead of just opening up stuff. I do have the bags of the minifigures that I never finished going through. There's 2 bags that are a good well gone through, but not completely. I can continue doing that at some point. And yeah, I've been working on little clips for a vlog. That's going to take me a little bit of time to get used to doing that. Like the flow of how long the clips are and how long the vlog ends up being. And I don't want it to seem too choppy, but I don't want it to go on forever either. I mean, I think probably 20 to 30 minutes for a weekly vlog is probably an optimal length. I think much longer than that, it gets kind of lost. I don't think people are paying attention at that point. So anyway, thank you for those people that stopped by, and I am going to head out now. Just under an hour. Everybody have a good Saturday.